From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza, it's Today with Hoda
and Jenna.
It all starts right now.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's Friday, the 23rd day of August.
We have made it to Friday. Aren't you so happy? Here we are.
What should we talk about today?
Why don't we talk about women we love?
I love the topic of female friendships. I think they're so you have obviously your relationship with your husband, your kids, but you have a pack of girls that keep you steady, remind you of who you were. Because sometimes it's easy to lose your identity. You get wrapped into your home life, and you're like, Jenna, don't you remember? You're the one who did this.
You were this.
You were this. You were that.
What's so funny is that was what Henry initially fell in love with. He was like, and I just love that you have all of these friends around you. Like, there's something about it that says something,
That's very cool.
He really liked that.
That's a good observation, because some guys don't want you to have too many friends, because that means maybe something happened at work and you've already told it to a friend.
Or less time or whatever it is. No, he loved that.
I love that too.
Well, okay, so the New York Post recently wrote about something. It's called friend dictionaries.
Okay. It's a Gen Z TikTok trend where friends, siblings, and couples share their inside jokes or their lingo. For example, one duo uses the word nosetta when they're referring to a nosy person. Oh, there's a nosetta over there, nosetta.
And like, if somebody says nosetta to your face, you know what they're talking about. Two sisters who say chili and sea bass, they say that when they're cold.
Maybe because it's chili.
Yeah,
chili and
sea bass.
Oh, I got it.
And frozen. You have a lot of these.
We do these at our house.
Yes.
When we were kids, we called, my brother and sister and I all called each other Irwin.
Do you remember how that...
Yeah, it was like a cartoon of a real kind of geeky, weird kid, and that was Irwin. So now, literally, to this day, hey, Irwin, hey, Irwin.
No, I hear you on the phone.
Yeah, hey, Irwin, and we know it on Christmas.
Who originated it? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but on Christmas packages, you always know by the handwriting, to Irwin, from Irwin. I'm like, this is for Hala, this one's for Adam.
Even though they all are Irwin from Irwin.
They all say the same, but we know whose are whose.
I love
because we know
that.
our handwriting. What about for you guys?
Well, we're Ermi. Which
Ermi?
was both of us. So it's, I don't know why we've chosen such complicated...
Wait, Ermi?
Ermi, H-E-R-M-E.
Oh,
Ermi,
like
Ermi, Ermana. It started as Ermana.
Oh, it became Ermi.
Ermanita.
Okay.
Then we went to Ermi. We also have had a dream that when our husbands died peacefully later in life, if we would have a sister Yaya house. Like, we would grow our hair real long and gray and have 27 cats.
Is that how you see it?
Yeah, 27 cats, and we would just read
and just love it.
Now I would garden. I used to.
Oh, you're really into this.
No,
what happened?
I am, and people don't believe me.
But wait a minute, is gardening snipping the flower and putting it in a vase?
That's it. And I will show you.
Wait,
it's called arranging. Well, I started planting too, but I've moved into a home which gave me a bounty, and I believe because I miss the city a lot, it's God saying, "Hey, look, take your shoes off. Come on out of nature."
And so how do you garden? You go like this? Clip. Clip. Then you put it in a vase.
Yes, I do. It's called harvesting. And just to be clear, I cut it at diagonal.
So the water gets in more.
I sometimes put them in the refrigerator for a little bit. Peonies, you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do them right before they hatch. Pop. Thank you. Hatch is the animal. I saw some baby birds.
Wait, what?
I saw some baby birds. Y'all, I am just becoming one with nature. No, it's a real thing, and people are making fun of me, but I'm gonna really, I know I'm just on the way there.
No, I think it's good. No, I like it.
Okay, I'll show you what I made later.
Okay, let's talk about friendship snacks. So there's another term. It's called friendship snacks, and apparently women over 40 are kind of indulging in this.
We sure are. It just means maintaining close friends with just a quick exchange.
Because sometimes you don't have the time for a long coffee, dinner, meal, phone call, whatever. But you have time for a quick little snack.
Hey, how are you? I miss you so much.
Yes, checking in saw this funny thing and thought about you.
Yes.
You know, I think that's really cool. It keeps you connected because I think it's easy because a day can turn into a week.
Yeah.
Just because you're busy and then it's a month and you're like, wait, whatever happened? Why aren't we reconnected?
And you want to have those friends stay close.
Yes.
So it's like, send the cute little, I'm thinking of you.
Yes.
You know, why
yes.
not?
Maria does that.
Somebody
She's big on
posted
that.
something that I loved. It said, I'm not going to be able to quote it perfectly,
but
something like, don't admire from afar. Never admire from afar.
That's good.
If you're thinking about somebody that you love, tell them. You don't do that. You don't admire from afar.
I don't think either of us do. I think it's almost like, you know, when you want to pay someone a compliment, even if someone you don't know, or someone was there and you wanted to give $5, but you were walking by and you didn't have it in your pocket, you wanted to help. If you think about it,
do it.
Go turn around.
Yeah.
Like, stop yourself, turn around and go back.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's easy to say, well, I'm already on this block. I've already done, well, I was gonna, I wanted to go in and thank that lady at that store yesterday because I love that shirt. Like, sometimes you think about it, but you're like, but I'm too rushed. But you know what? It is true. Just
And not
pause.
only does it make other people's day, you know, like, even if somebody looks up and smiles at you, aren't you like
dying?
lifted?
I love it. I love
lifted.
it. Yes.
And it's like, but also doing the action.
Yeah. And just in your head, once you think it, just pause and do it real fast. Okay. What makes a good friend great?
Okay, thank you.
That's the thing. What makes there's a viral TikTok that's going to explain. This is how a woman described the depths of her friendship.
Okay,
Take a look.
thank you.
So as we're doing our like weekly, monthly check-in, she says, do you have room for me right now? Because I'm going through a lot, but I want to ask, do you have room for what I'm going through? Like, y'all just don't understand how deep that is, because many times people will throw their, I don't want to say baggage on you, but sometimes it will seem like that, especially if you're an empath. They don't even ask, like, if it's okay for them to dump this on you.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too.
I like, it's such an easy statement too. Do you have room for this
It's
right now?
considerate. Like, the person is thinking of the other, you know? I think anytime you see people having extra consideration or thoughtfulness and friendship.
But I think being an empath, which is somebody who really feels the feelings of somebody else and like can't let it go.
Yes.
Like sometimes I've had that, like I've watched an argument in the subway and I'm thinking about it 2 days later. I'm like, wait, they forgot about it. What am I doing here?
No, I know. Or you see like a mother and a child and I'm like, Henry, I can't get that on my head. And he's like, really?
Why?
Yeah.
Right. But I do think when you are someone like that, or you know someone like that, that's actually really good advice just to say that.
But also a really good practice is to know that about yourself and know if you're carrying other people's stuff and
around.
You can let other people's things
go. Yes, it's not. It's not our responsibility to worry about what the lady and that guy were fighting about in the subway that one day.
I'm always like, Henry, shh.
Poor Henry. All right, coming up next, we are solving some friendship dilemmas.
It's another edition of Girl Code right after this.
Okay, today's show's all about amazing women in female friendships. So we thought it'd be fun to dive into one of our favorite segments,
Girl Code. Check it out.
First up, I love going out with my friend Madison, but she's always working the room, trying to make new friends when I just want to hang out with us. So how do I ask her to pay more attention to me without looking too clingy?
Maybe do something in which she can't work the room, like go to dinner. Go to a restaurant and sit down for dinner.
Right, don't go to a party.
Then she can't work the room.
Yeah. And I think I do think if you're in a setting where it's like that, like, you know, if you go to a party or something or an event and you're with your friend, but you're going to speak to other people around because it's normal to have other conversations. You're right. Find a spot where you guys can have a good conversation.
Go for, you know, go for a long walk.
But don't say
go get
pay more
exercise.
attention to me while we're at an event or at a party.
No, but I will say, don't you know those people
I do.
that
I know what you're
are
gonna say.
sitting looking at you? I mean, you're out, you know, at a party or something, and y'all are talking, and they're looking behind you to see who else they can
or like,
go to.
What? No, I'm listening.
Yeah.
No, I don't like
but
that.
I think you can say, like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, that if you're a good friend.
Yeah.
But I do think that's a good idea.
Okay,
All right.
here's the next one. My friend Addie just asked if she could set me up with my boyfriend's brother. Wait. Oh.
Okay.
She asked if she could be set up with my boyfriend's brother. It's a little too close for comfort. Can I just say sorry, no? I get it.
Yes,
yeah, you can.
You can.
I think you can say, hey, Addie, you're my bestie. I love you. And what would happen if Joe and you broke up?
Yeah. I just don't want that to sour my relationship with my boyfriend or with you. You understand.
I also think go out the four of y'all for fun. No.
No.
Slippery slope.
Once you start, no. And I think it always works if you say, you understand that it could get really awkward.
You love that.
I love that. And I want us to remain friends forever.
Yeah, that's good. I think she'll appreciate that.
Okay,
Addie,
next one.
Okay.
My friend Claire is always wanting to start a new project with me, a book club, an exercise routine, but she never finishes anything and she barely even starts them. Meanwhile, I'm buying all the supplies to keep up. I don't want to poo-poo her next idea, but how do I end this cycle?
Don't buy the supplies.
Right, why would you do that?
You don't need supplies for a book. I mean, I guess you need a book, but I think you can just say,
no, once you've been down that road 3 or 4 times, you know that you know what's happening.
So
I think you just say to her, look, I think it's so fun now. You have all these amazing ideas. But if there's really something you love and you want to try, I want to ride with you. But let's make sure it's something that you love, because clearly these other projects seem to peter out.
Or I think you can also just say, hey, let's talk about it in a month. And guess what's going to happen in a month?
She's going to say, but I want to do it now. What do you mean?
Just say, sorry, I'm really busy right now. And in 1 month, she's going to have forgotten all about it.
You're trying to let it die on the vine?
I have a little passivity in me. I know I do. But I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be confrontational. Like, why don't you finish anything?
No. You don't have to be confrontational, but I think you just say, look, I love you. You love to start things. and you love to start things.
You understand.
You're a great starter. No one's a better starter than you. But we want to do something where we're going to finish it.
So why can't you say, hey, Claire, you're a great starter, and I'm so busy in the next month. Let's reconvene in a month. And guess what's going to happen in a month? She will have forgotten all about the dog walking club she wanted to start.
Sweep it under the carpet.
The babysitter's club. Sweep it, sweep it, sweep
That's
it.
right. All right, if you've got a girl code dilemma, tell us about it. Go to hodaandjenna.com and hit the connect button.
Coming up, a superstar on and off the court, the one, the only Serena Williams opens up about life after tennis. Next. Can't do a show about incredible women without talking about tennis superstar Serena Williams. She's won 23 Grand Slam titles. She's an entrepreneur and a proud mom of 2 girls.
We had the chance to catch up and talk to Serena about life since she stepped back from professional tennis, and we began by asking her about her sweet little baby, Adira.
The new baby is amazing. I have to say, I'm obsessed with her.
Oh, look at her.
Oh my gosh, she's so, she's so yummy. She's like the best. I love her.
The 3 of us have one thing in common, which is that we each have a sister.
Yay.
What is it like to have these 2 girls that you know they have each other?
I know. It was, I mean, that's one thing Olympia would always say is like, I want a sister. Look at that. I just can't even take it.
I know, it's
And
too
so
much.
I was so happy that when we had the opportunity to have another little girl, I was like, yes, because like, you want a boy? I'm like, I love boys, but I have 4 sisters. I'm one of 5.
Yes.
You know, so I'm like so used to just girls, and so I was
And
like,
what's it like being a mom of 2? 1 is a lot to handle, obviously, but how is 2?
2 is different, but I haven't experienced it yet because they're 6 years apart. So Olympia's in school most of the days, so I get to hang out with the baby most of the day. And then when Olympia's home, I hang out with her. Someone gave me the best advice.
What?
They said, spend more time with the oldest because they'll remember.
Oh.
Isn't that the best advice?
You know what I took? Y'all know I took that advice.
But I do, because the little one won't remember.
Yes.
And so whenever Olympia's home, I'm with her.
Yeah.
And then Adira, I'm just like, okay, I pretend like I don't know her as much. Although I'm like,
want to make Olympia feel like she's, not replaced.
Exactly, exactly. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So also, we haven't seen you since you've stepped back from tennis, which
Wow, really? It's been
it's been that long.
Yeah. Wow.
What has that transition been like for you?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. It hasn't been easy. It was all good when I was pregnant, and now that I'm not anymore, it's like, I miss it so much. No, but it's been. I'm doing so many things between different businesses, but tennis obviously was my first love, and it will always be my first love, and it's something that I will always be so passionate about. And yeah, it's just
because a love doesn't leave you.
Yeah.
A love stays with you. And there is a
doesn't.
word I've been loving lately that people are using, and it's called repotting. It's like you've taken your whole entire life, pulled it up by the roots. You're kind of blowing in the wind a little bit and getting into some more fertile soil. Do you think you'll find a love like you have with tennis outside of tennis?
I do. I think I have found that love. I will never like love anything as much as tennis, because it's like you're in the front of the world and you don't even realize it because there's so much pressure and so much stress. But you're walking out on center court every day and they're there to see you and your opponent. And there's no like adrenaline like that. But I do entrepreneur. I have a venture fund. I invest in companies. I'm a founder of a couple companies. And I am super passionate and super excited about that. And all that energy of tennis goes into that. And obviously my kids, I'm obsessed with. So like, I'm like the ultimate, like,
you know,
I like that.
It's so
maybe
funny.
A little too much.
As you're sitting here, I'm thinking about, as a fan, and all the fans, all the little girls who looked up to you, how much everybody misses you.
I know, I miss me too. I miss the outfits. I'm like, oh man, I want to get in these skirts again. And, but yeah, it's not easy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's been easy. No, it's hard. I don't know how, but I still train and I still love it and I still hit around and I still have fun.
When you see an Angel Reese who just announced that she is going into the WNBA to, in an article, talk about how you were like her guiding light. There are so many women who you have touched, changed, and because that seems like it's another phase of your life that's ahead.
Yeah, well, seeing that was obviously really amazing. First of all, I watched her in the I call it the semifinal. Was it? I'm tennis single all the way, and I loved her outfit. That was like the first thing I saw. I was like, oh, I had an outfit like that too. And no, it's super exciting to hear that and just inspire women in general, and inspire this whole group of amazing, beautiful athletes that can look beautiful and on their field and on the court and on the everything, and still be fierce. And that's what I was always about. How do I look beautiful and still be fierce at the same time?
Oh my God, don't you love that? Okay, so I read somewhere that you said that volunteering at your kid's school is even more impactful than Wimbledon.
It is, because I'm really competitive about it too. I'm like, I want to volunteer, and sometimes like I sign like my name up, and whenever I can, whenever there's a spot open, I'm like, oh,
you're the one.
You're
trying to get in there. Oh, yeah.
Do you like the mom group chats?
No, tell me.
She
no.
does.
Do not.
Let her be.
I'm in all of, and I'm friends with all the moms. They're really nice and they're really sweet. And it's like, you know, you just have these group of women that have one. I'm Olympia's mom. I'm not Serena Williams. And all the kids are like, Olympia's mom. And I'm like, I'm going to let that slide. And that's like my new name.
By the way, Olympia's kind of an athlete herself, isn't she?
She is. She's
what
like,
is she loving?
Well, I'm loving that she loves tennis.
Yes.
And she loves golf. And so, but I'm obviously like nudging her to tennis.
Tennis, of course.
It's hard though.
You also inspire us all the time. You recently made headlines. You said something really beautiful. I'm going to write it. You said, loving yourself is essential. I find that I have to remind myself of that self-love through all different stages in my life. Right now, I love that my body is not picture perfect. First of all, you look pretty picture perfect to us. But how do you teach yourself that love and also your girls?
Yeah, and that's why I think it's important, especially having girls, is teaching them that self-love and being kind to yourself, and also being kind to others and giving others compliments. I think makes you see a different side of them and you, and always trying to find something nice to say about other people. So, you know what? It's not easy, and especially in the world that we live in social media, and our girls are growing up in this age, and our boys too, by the way, are growing up in this age of social media, and it's hard. It's mentally very exhausting and very difficult. But for me, it's just really important to embrace who you are, and I love how now, like 20 years ago, you know, things were definitely different about body image, and I think body image is definitely more positive now, and just kind of embracing that and leaning into loving who you are.
Not only is Serena a busy mom and tennis legend, she also launched an active beauty line called Win. So check that out. It's pretty great.
It's a great line.
Yes.
All right, coming up next, another friend of ours, Jamie Lee Curtis. She stopped by to talk about her new children's book, and it turned into a very, very candid conversation. That's after this.
Jamie Lee Curtis is an Oscar winner and New York Times best-selling author who we like to call one of our Hall of Fame guests.
And we love when she comes to see us. And Jamie stopped by shortly after the release of her 13th children's book, Just One More Sleep, to talk about the inspiration behind it and so much more. Take a look. What was the inspiration for this book?
It was during COVID. It was the COVID Christmas. My neighbor, Betty, who was 4, a direct neighbor, was on the street with her mom. And that's Betty, but I covered her face.
Yes.
And she was on her street with her mom, and I was getting the mail. And from like 15 feet away, masked, "Hi, Betty. Hi, Jamie." And I said, and it was Christmas Eve, 2020. And I said, "Hey, Betty, Santa's on his way." And she looked at me and she went, "No, Jamie, no. One more sleep, then Santa." And I went, "Oh, right. Little children can't compartmentalize time.
Yes. Yeah.
They don't metabolize time the way we do." And I realized that's how children metabolize time.
Yeah.
2 more sleeps and then we go on our trip.
Yes. Yeah.
1 more sleep, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
And so I went in and wrote a book about a celebration. So it's Publishers Weekly wrote a great review. They called it a raucous celebration of celebration. So it's all the celebrations. You know, it's religious holidays, it's first day of school, 4th of July, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, Thanksgiving. And it's a little child, but in a big family. So it's a big family. There are adopted kids in the family. They're all different, well, not all religions, but a lot of different religions.
Yes.
And it's just a wonderful way of helping children remember how fun it is to wait for something.
Yes.
Because in the world of instant gratification, the original subtitle of the book was a gratified delay.
A gratified delay.
I think was correct not to use it, but that's what's hard for adults.
Yes.
You know, how quick are we on our devices? We're like, boom, boom, boom. And of course, we get into trouble when we're boom, boom, boom and not taking a moment.
Are you a patient?
Did you just say
taking a moment?
At the same time that
Taking a moment.
Jenna,
I'm trying to take more moments.
I feel like this is the Freaky Friday moment. And
Freaky Friday!
Tomorrow you're going to be dressed like a grandpa.
Dressed like a grandpa. You're going to be monochrome in another tomorrow suit.
And some chic glasses.
And brand new glasses.
Those are very
brand new glasses. But I mean, I'm going to have hair and jewelry. And
you're going to be dressed
like
a grandpa.
I felt like a Freaky Friday with us.
Okay, what I love about your books is they're kind of self-help for kids.
They are.
And for parents.
Yeah. But the beautiful part is the books are written for children, clearly. And then there's a line from parents, because there's a musical line for parents. And the best example I can give you is in the book Where Do Balloons Go, which is a book about loss and letting go. The little child says, "Where do balloons go when they float far away? Do they ever catch cold or need somewhere to stay?" And where they stay in the book is the Bates Motel. Now, the child isn't going to get it, but I guarantee you the parent will. And that's why I think my books are so popular, is because the parents enjoy them. And if you enjoy reading a book to a child, you'll read it again and again and again, because you get something out of it. And so that's what I think is like my secret sauce.
It is your secret sauce, because it is true. And you know what else? Do you ever feel like you have a little kid in you?
I love Jamie.
I know.
I've got to tell you something. I know you have children, of course, and I heard you talking to them, and apparently you do it every single morning. You never miss it.
Never miss.
You do a FaceTime with your kids, talking about their morning. But the way you look at people, and I mean, obviously you guys have been doing this for a long time together, but there's something, the way you lean in and look at people is very moving. And I think what you guys do and what you offer here in this sort of very intimate but yet very public world is, this is why I think people love you guys and love tuning in to this, because this is real. This isn't fake. There's nothing fake going on here. Seriously. And we've known each other a little bit now over these years, and I've promoted books here. But this is real.
Thank you.
It's real. It's real, what's happening here. And it's palpable, and I think it translates onto
I mean, here you are cheerleading for us.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow.
By the way, she does tell the truth.
I know.
If I don't get to do it, then you guys sit here and we just do this dance. But the truth is, it's not transactional. Yes, I'm trying to have people pick up this book if they want to.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is what happens between us is real, and that's more important to me than selling a book.
I can't wait to wake up like you tomorrow.
At 4 a.m.
At 4 a.m.
Jamie, we love you.
To get Jamie's book,
Get it.
Just One More Sleep, go to today.com/books or go to anywhere you buy your books.
Oh my God, we love her.
I love Jamie.
Right?
She
She's
needs
the
to come
best.
back tomorrow.
Yes,
Can you come
please.
back tomorrow, Jamie? Okay, next up, the businesswoman who overcame more than 100 rejections to become a queen of cookware. After this. Now to our series, Ladies Who Launch, when we introduce you to powerhouse women who are making their mark. And one of those women is Shiza Ahmed.
She is a social activist and businesswoman, and recently she opened up about the life experiences that shaped her entrepreneurial spirit. Take a look.
All right, let's give it a taste, see how it's looking.
Cooking is a love that came later in life for Shiza Ahmed and unexpectedly led to creating her own business.
I think my upbringing really shaped the entrepreneur that I am today.
Beyond her wildest dreams, the 34-year-old's company, Our Place, went viral, capturing the attention of home cooks everywhere. But growing up in Pakistan, Shiza never imagined she'd be a boss.
You know, they say if you can see it, you can be it, and I couldn't see it. There weren't female entrepreneurs around me, starting businesses, raising capital, building brands. My mother never taught me to cook, which growing up I thought she was just worried because there was hot oil and pots and pans everywhere. But I realized later in life that it was really her way of setting us free.
At 18, she received a full scholarship to Stanford University, a journey that took her from Pakistan to Palo Alto, California.
I never planned to come to the United States. I didn't know what an Ivy League school was. I think sometimes life just presents you with a path, and you have to have it within yourself to hear that and to take those leaps. They're often scary.
But back home, the Taliban declared an all-out ban on female education.
They began blowing up girls' schools. I felt outraged, I felt heartbroken, but I also felt accountable.
Motivated to help, Shiza created a summer camp for girls. One of her star students, a young Malala Yousafzai. And in 2012, when Malala became the target of the Taliban, Shiza responded.
Got a text message that told me that Malala had been shot. I was devastated. I flew in immediately to be with her and her family in the hopes that I could help.
Once again advocating for girls' education, she co-founded the Malala Fund.
We wanted to make sure that we could galvanize that public outrage to bring real change for other girls around the world who were fighting for their right to go to school.
Settling in California, the social activist discovered a new love of cooking.
My husband is Persian, from a culture similar to mine, and I wanted to reconnect with that sense of home and make the nourishing foods that I'd grown up with. So I began learning to cook. And that's what really inspired me to look into the kitchenware industry and say, wait a second, there's an opportunity to do this in a way that's better for women and better for everyone.
Her big idea? Create color in the kitchen with chic designs and multifunctional cookware.
As a female entrepreneur, you are ignored, you are underestimated, and it's not an easy journey. We were rejected by over 100 investors. We're talking about design, but also performance and material engineering and chemistry. And so I think people underestimated us.
Finally, getting the backing she needed in 2019, Shiza, her husband, and a friend co-founded Our Place. And the always pan quickly went viral.
It was the first time you were seeing color. You were seeing objects that almost looked like art.
Today, the company has about 100 employees, and their products have reached more than 1 million home cooks and counting.
We're now in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. Just launched our first 2 retail stores. And to me, I just want to build a brand that changes the conversation around culture that proves to other women that they can build businesses that succeed, that are rooted in their values, and with a culture that they're incredibly proud of.
Boy, Shiza is such an inspiration. She had a passion. She went after it.
I love that. You know who else has that drive? Susie Welch. She has some advice to help you create the life you have always wanted. Right after this.
What should I do with my life? It's a question that people of all ages are asking themselves,
are you asking me? Because I think you're doing just great. One amazing woman who might be able to help you answer that is Susie Welch. She's the author of 3 New York Times bestsellers and a professor at NYU's Stern School of Business.
In fact, she teaches one of the most popular classes at the university. It's called Becoming You, Crafting the Authentic Life You Want and Need. And we got a crash course.
There's an epidemic of purposelessness.
Yes.
Talk to us about what's happening.
Well, recent statistics show that there really is, especially among young people, but not just young people, this sense of purposelessness. What am I doing with my life? And I think one of the reasons is the pandemic raised a whole bunch of questions that have not yet been answered for most people about where we work, how we work, why we work. And then there's this sort of pace of technology, and people don't even know if their jobs are going to exist in the future. And this all has led to kind of a cultural moment where people are saying, I don't want to wait till I'm 65 to have the life of my dreams. I want to have it now. I want meaning. I want purpose now.
I think a lot of people wonder if they're living their purpose, because I think there are a lot of people watching who are doing jobs that they need.
Yes.
They need insurance and to pay the bills. But is that their purpose? So is your course about how do you go about finding what your purpose should be?
Right. This is exactly what my course is about. And when I launched it a few years ago, I thought, well, will anybody take this class? But it ended up there was a hunger, a thirst for people to figure out their purpose younger, okay? And people who are students. But it's everywhere, this thirst for purpose. And so the way we go at it is I have a theory that I teach, which is that your purpose lies at the intersection of what you want to do with your life, what you can do because of your talents and skills and competencies inborn and trained in, and what you should be doing because the world will reward you for it, because after all, we have to buy groceries and support ourselves. And so it's at this intersection of your values, that's the want part, your aptitudes, that's the can part, what you're uniquely good at, right? And what you should be doing is called this opportunity, what part of the economy is growing that calls you intellectually and emotionally. I mean, AI is growing, but it may not be calling you. And so at that intersection, we call this your area of transcendence. And the class is about finding your own personal area of transcendence. It's a journey, I'll tell you.
Okay, you have this exercise, which is really exciting. It's called the Alpha Omega exercise, and you're going to actually take us through it so that people at home can do it too.
Yes, really values. This is one of the exercises we use to excavate your values. A lot of people, don't actually know their values, or they sort of have put them aside because they're living by their family's values, or they just don't have time to go into it, or it's a little scary to know your values and then say, I'm not living by them, right? And so we do 7 exercises to excavate your values, and this is one of my favorite ones, and we'll do it together.
Okay.
All right, so it's 3 questions, and the first question, it goes to what your character values. What person do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? And the question is, when you're not in the room, what do you want people to say about you? What do you want people to say about you when you're not in the room?
Oh, you're asking us?
Yes.
Okay, I think I want them to say about me that I felt better about myself when she was there, when she was in the room.
I feel like people say that.
I think everyone says that. Hoda.
What about for you?
I hope that I just make people feel seen.
Yeah.
Right.
You do.
And so I would say for both of you, this to me would represent a value of impact, of empowering others. And I think everyone who watches the show says, well, this is exactly what you're doing. So this is a very good sign. I mean, people may have this value. I want to make people seen. I want to empower people, and not be living it because their job's not allowing them to. And this would definitely be a disconnect from your purpose, okay?
Right.
But you can still live that without it being
day in
your
and
job.
day out.
You can, but if you're only doing it on the margins, does that feel good? If you're only doing it 1 hour a day instead of giving your life over to, because there are some jobs that allow you to, look, maybe you're just in the wrong role. Maybe you're in operations, but you should be in HR. Right? So the second question is, if you fast forward to one of your birthdays in the far distant future, my students who I teach are quite young, but say your 80th birthday, what would make you cry from regret? Now, this is about the legacy that you want to leave. I mean, how do you want to change the world, if at all? Because for some people, that's not a value, and for others, it's a really big value. So this is about your impact, your legacy. Okay, so if you go forward to this birthday in the future, and you're imagining it, what would make you cry from regret?
Probably something like my kids.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah, my kids
Me too. Not spending enough time with
my kids, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is about a value around family, and not just that, but how much intimacy you want with your family.
Yeah.
Because we all have family as a value generally. Most people do. And the question is, you know, let's get into it more deeply. Let's get more granular. How much time do you want? Which trade-offs are you willing to make?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then finally the last question.
The last one is to think back to your childhood and ask yourself, what did I love about my childhood and what didn't I love? And this really speaks to your lifestyle values. You know, how do you want to live? Where do you want to live? And a lot of times we end up living with the stuff we didn't like about our childhood. But this is really about that. What did you love about your childhood and what didn't you love?
We love Susie.
Oh, she's so smart.
I know, let's write all of that down.
All right, we'll be back after this. All right, that's going to do it for us next week. We've got Jimmy Fallon.
We love him. Plus, the Property Bros, Drew and Jonathan Scott.
And our pal Steve Harvey will be here.
Have a great weekend,
Bye,
y'all.
guys. See ya.